So I decided to rush home very early in the morning and get another dress. And when I got home, I couldn't get my dress because my husband had reorganized the house, so I couldn't find it. And in my home, there was a lady who was washing. So this lady who was washing, I wanted to know where water had come from because we don't have running water. And she told me she went into the tap and pulled it. And this is a true story. So it's like you put your mouth and then you like try to suck it and water will come out. So I requested this lady to call for me Uber because she had a smartphone, but it couldn't go through. So I got another lady who was now to help me get back to the hotel. I couldn't get myself back to the hotel. And still I couldn't get there in time, but I was very worried of what they were thinking about me not being there in Kenya. To cut the story short, I finally got to the hotel, to the conference room, and the women were all sweating. They had swept, and the room was very dirty, and I didn't know how to approach England. I tried to talk to her, and she was like, I don't want to hear your sorry, because you knew what you were doing. And then I asked her, I told her, no, it's not about sorry. I just want to ask you something. Can we change the venue? And she said, yes, can we change it? And I told her, you know what? Next time you come in here, just discuss with me so that I can get for you a better venue. And this is very true. And it is something that happens every day in the communities. When people come in, they don't involve people who are existing in the community. And at the end of the day, we use a lot of money, and there is no change in this community. I come from a slum settlement called Kibera. I started a non-profit organization way back in the year 2003. And I did not start this organization because there was any money or someone told me about something. It was an action, just the way women respond every day to issues that they come across in their daily lives. There was an 11-year-old girl who was having a sexual affair with a 39-year-old man. So everybody went after the man to arrest the man. But I decided to stay with the girl to understand why she was doing this. And she became my friend. And she told me that it had been going on for over 8 months. And I developed more interest to understand why the 11-year-old girl who didn't even have breasts was sleeping around with a 39-year-old man. I learned so much. This is how I started bringing girls together. I still do it to date. Right now, I work with girls through schools. And nowadays, I don't look for schools to come and work with us. The schools apply, they write applications to be able to work with us. In the year 2007-2008, we had a serious political situation, a post-election violence. I know we're having a tough one right now, and everybody's looking at Kenya. So we had a situation, and one of my many girls I mentor was killed. So I decided again to organize the women to hold a protest. So one woman came to me, and I told her about what I was thinking. And she told me, you know what, we're going to be beaten up. I told her, there's no problem. Let the world know that women were beaten up trying to demonstrate that they are not happy. And we started, and within 2 hours, we had more than 200 women. And women came out from just the way they were. There were women who were washing, they came out without shoes, with water everywhere on their clothes. And they had different political party t-shirts. And then we had been so much divided along tribal and political lines. So the women were united for this girl. And that gave me just another idea that I had to work with women. That as women, we can rise beyond these divisions that are there. That is what I do to date. And what I do is not about introducing anything to the women. The women act naturally. The women start their work based on the experiences they get in their daily lives. So what I'm trying to do is to connect women with the systems and structures that are out there. Like right now, we are talking about the Sustainable Development Goals. If you listen to many people when they come to the community, they talk to the people about the Sustainable Development Goals as if it's something new. But the truth is, all these things that we do every day are somehow connected to the Sustainable Development Goals. So it's just about identifying the Sustainable Development Goals that someone is connected with. And it's working so well with the women. For years and years, women at the community level have been doing something about their lives. Maybe whatever they're doing is not adequate. Maybe the way they're working does not really show some results. And it's because they have not been trained to show results, but they get their own satisfaction. So I believe that as actors, what we can do when we go into communities, then let's engage with the people to help them do whatever they're doing better. We were having a discussion with Eneke and Bonnie in the morning. And what we were saying is that right now we have so many dots everywhere, which represent women's actions everywhere. But we are looking for people to join these dots so that we are not creating more dots, because we have enough dots. We have women doing everything everywhere across the globe. And what we can start doing right now is to start to develop structures that are ensuring that these efforts at the grassroots level are not just taken for granted. I'm glad to be part of this process. I felt so much honored when I got this invitation. And you know when I got it? Last year, November. Yes, that was last year in November when England talked to me. I was just finishing a program in the US. I was in the US for 4 months under the Women Peacemakers program. And still it was a very, very interesting setup for me, because that was the first time I was in a learning institution. And at some point I was expected to talk to the students. And then I asked myself, okay, as a common woman with very low education, what do I have to tell these students? And I decided that, you know what? I want to own this. And that is where I got the word own it. I am an expert on my field. Not everyone is from the slums. And it's very hard to get someone from the slums in such a platform. So I'm unique. Where you get all those professors and all those global women, I joined the dot. Because I'm able to tell them what is happening right inside the community, and I'm also able to connect with them up there because I've been exposed. And nowadays, I've learned to own every process. I've also learned to appreciate what other people are doing. I'm a very flexible person, and I get into most systems, and I'm able to cope. Because I know that no one is perfect. We must always learn from each other. I've been able to speak in several forums. I've been able to organize an event at the UN in New York. When I went for the, call it CSW, Commission on Status of Women, for the first time, then I just walked around looking at everything. I attended a few forums and I was like, hey, I can do this. And I think whatever they're presenting, everybody's talking about research. I'm a walking research. Everybody does their research in my community. So I can answer any question because I'm not doing it from research. I'm doing it from reality. So if they're able to put together research and reality, then we are going to have this big change. A change that has an impact. In every community, I'll repeat that again, someone is doing something about the situation that is there. If you go to a community where women don't have water, then they're already fetching water from somewhere far. So if you want to drill for them water, have a discussion on how far do they want this borehole to be. I always give an example of the community where I live. We have these army worms, how do you call them? Those things that sting people so painfully when it rains. You know them, they walk in the ants, the small ants? Yeah. Yes, so in my community, when we know that the rainy season is coming, we put a lot of ash. You know ash? We put a lot of ash together, and then we put them around the house, inside the house, so that these armyworms don't get into our houses when it rains. But when somebody comes, then they look at my house and say, hey, your house is dirty. And if they clean it while I'm away, they'll be exposing me to these armyworms, which will kill me. So it's always good to network, to discuss with me and ask me, hey, why are you having these things in the house? Because if you solve the problem without involving the people, then maybe you're exposing them to what? to problems. And another thing, if I had taken a very long time putting this ash together, and charcoal is very expensive, it's even banned in Kenya, but we just have to get it because that is what we can use for cooking, then where am I going to get ash again? So in short, what I'm saying is that all women are experts. We all have solutions to problems that exist in our communities, and women act instantly. It's like that. You see a problem, you try to solve it. What somebody else can help you with are resources and structures. So if we have the issues, we have resources and structures, we'll always get somewhere. I'm happy to be here. I'm proud to be part of this female wave of change. It's time for change. Having a community woman, a slum woman, at a global platform is a change already. So let us just work on sustaining this change and on bringing other people on board. And if we have proper structures, it will create a lot of impact for everybody, not just the women, but also our girls. They need us. If we don't mentor them, then somewhere there we are going to miss our girls. If we don't mentor these beautiful girls, they make so many mistakes. Right now we are in that digital era, and mostly bad things sell more than good things. Anything they find out that is not positive, they'll share very fast. And if you don't give them that space to share with you, then at the end of the day we are going to lose them. I have a program I call the Talking Boxes, where we install boxes in schools, and we get the children to share anything they want to share. They write anonymous notes. And out of that, we are able to listen to a lot that the children are thinking. Recently in Kenya, roughly, I think it's almost 1 month now, a 14-year-old decided to set fire in a dormitory. Yes, at night, when everybody was asleep. She had told the parents that she doesn't want that school, but somehow they did not listen to her. So the previous day she told them, you know what, I'm going to do something in this school and everybody's going to talk about it. And late in the night, at around 1, she got, I think it was I don't know what liquid she had, but she put on her bed, and then she lit fire, and she went around waking a few of her friends, and they went out, but we lost 11 girls. Yes, most of them were burnt beyond recognition, others are still in hospital right now. And this poor girl is in custody. She's in police custody. According to Kenyans, she's a criminal. And then you start asking yourself what the parents are feeling. And the more I listen to all this, the more I understand the relevance of the programs that we have for girls in the community. We create platforms for them to share. If there was a talking box in this school, this child would have just written, I hate this school. If they don't get me out of this school, I'm going to burn it. And we would have taken every step just to make sure that we get this girl wherever she is. So I want to appreciate all of you. I want to welcome you to Kenya. I want to welcome you to Kibera. I know Kibera is listed as a hot spot by many of your countries. They say that if you come to Kibera, it's at your own risk, because you can be killed at any time. I'm here, I'm not dead. My children are there. But I know it's a bit dangerous right now because of the political situation. It's at least when we start running, I know where to hide. And maybe you will not know where to hide. But once we are calm, we are praying that we are going to be calm. Yes, for those of us who believe, kindly pray for my country. It's the first time in an African country that the presidential election has been nullified. And our president is very bitter about it. Very, very bitter. He's doing everything in his power just to make sure that he's on that seat. I'm told right now we are roughly in a constitutional crisis. And because he has the numbers, he can decide that, you know what is a constitution after all? I have to be on this seat. And maybe there are stronger men like him. And I'm glad I'm saying men and not women. There are stronger men like him who are going to say, we are not going to allow you to stay here. But at the end of the day, when they start fighting, women and girls are more affected. As a woman, you don't know what to run away with. You don't know whether to take your old shoes, or your old sufurias, or your chicken, I have chicken, or your children. But the man, I'm sure, will just, they don't even remember to carry water when they're running. I don't think they remember to carry water, but as women, our baggage is so big to keep on running every now and then. Otherwise, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. I hope to interact with you people again. Coming here wasn't that easy. It was tough. Just like my dream, for a woman, it's never that, we can say slope, where you just slide and get down. It's always up and down for you to get there. Thank you so much.